Hey everyone, it's Lexie. So in today's video I'll be sharing with you all the books that I ended up reading in the month of September. So September was a bit of a transition month for me in just officially starting my PhD and classes and all of that stuff, and then we had a family member pass away a couple of weeks ago, so it was just kind of a lot of changes going on, but I still managed to read quite a bit. Like, I was pretty pleased with it just because there was just a lot going on. A lot of them are kind of heavy fantasy ones too, so that is always a good thing as well, that like they're quite dense, so they do take a while to read. So despite everything that kind of went on this month, I still was able to read quite a good amount. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So starting out, I first read King of Scars by Leigh Bardugo, and this is the spin-off to the spin-off series within the Grishaverse, and I kind of have a love-hate relationship with the Grisha trilogy, the Six of Crows duology. Like, I liked the Grisha trilogy. It was like, okay, I really loved Nikolai, who this duology is based upon, and then I read the first Six of Crows, but it just wasn't for me, so I kind of have like a love-hate relationship with it. But nevertheless, I was really like intrigued to pick this one up. I know the reviews were kind of all over the place, and for me, I gave this one a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I found the pacing, specifically in the first half of the book, to be very kind of, it just drags on, and it like took a lot out of me just to kind of read it, and so that's why it took me quite a little bit to read this. But once I kind of go around the halfway point, that's when the plot really starts to pick up, and I actually was kind of intrigued in the plot and the characters. So I'm not sure if this will be one that I continue like to see how it ends. I did find the ending to be really intriguing, so we'll see how I feel about it. So this one was just kind of meh. It was good, but it wasn't like, it didn't stand out on any of the extremes of it, either being really bad or like really good. So yeah, it was okay. But I got this at Half Price Books, and I never really get a book physically at the bookstore, but this one was on sale, and then I noticed when I was going through it that it's one of the signed copies, if you can see, as well, which is a nice treat because I think this is my second signed book to ever, so that one's really special as well. So next, I also ended up picking up the book club pick that me and my friend are reading. I kind of went ahead and just read ahead because it's really hard, especially now with school, juggling the book club with my friend, my aunt, and just kind of my own pleasure reading, so especially now with school. So I was like, I'm just gonna go ahead and read it. I took notes, it's okay. But I ended up finishing A Court of Wings of Ruin by Sarah J. Maas, and this is a reread for us. I introduced my friend to this series when we were doing our masters 3 years ago. I think it would have been around this time, actually. But I have like, this is like my guilty pleasure like trilogy. Like, it's flawed in many aspects, but I still really enjoy reading it, being a part of this world. So I like enjoyed it. It's not the second one is my favorite, and I do realize like there are flaws in this series. I'm totally aware of them, but it's just a guilty pleasure read. I definitely, like, this isn't my favorite of the thing, but I still give this one a 5 out of 5 stars. Like, there's something about this world and the characters that's so immersive, that I just love kind of being back in this world, and I forgot how much I loved these characters. And I just like completely forgot everything that happened in this one too, so it was like reading it for the first time as well. And then I also ended up picking up A Court of Frost and Starlight, which kind of is the novella that bridges the end of this trilogy, and then the spin-off one that will be coming out hopefully next year. I don't know, I haven't heard anything about it. But yeah, this one is just like a cute little Christmassy one. It got me a little Christmassy vibes. I gave this one a 4 out of 5 stars. I feel like in terms of a novella, like, I'm not a really big fan of novellas. I feel like sometimes they're just like a waste of a story. Like, I feel like they can be expanded upon. This one, you can tell like it was leaving little trinkets here or there, and like what to expect in the future, like the future books. And I particularly like the little like sneak peek that they give you with Nesta. I feel like her storyline is something that I find just really intriguing, so that's something like I'm looking forward to. Both me and my friend are, so I knew we would pick this one up after A Court of Court of Wings and Ruin, and so I was like, okay, I want to be ahead of the game, so I took notes here as well, because like I said, it's too much to handle, but it was good to read these back to back because I picked up on a lot of things that I didn't the first time, so that was always a plus as well. And then lastly, I ended up picking up the Tales and Teacups book club picks for the months of September and October, which was Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter. And oh my goodness, you guys, this book was so good. I know a few of you have already read this and you're like, okay, be prepared, like it's like crazy. And I was like, okay, yeah, I've read some crazy books, but this one is definitely like one of the top like crazy thriller ones that I've read in a while actually. So this one I was very pleasantly surprised by it. I didn't like, I feel I gave this one a 4.5 out of 5 stars. The ending and like and everything, that kind of how everything wraps up and just how like fast paced, there's so many twists and turns in here. It's like incredible, but the first like 200 pages or so I found the plot to be kind of struggling from pacing issues, so that's why I kind of gave it a 4.5 out of 5 stars, but nevertheless I still really enjoyed this one, and I really liked the chapters that are written, like the dad in here, he's writing to his daughter who's going missing, like his journal entries. Like I really liked those chapters. I really liked how the author, like she had a like each character's narrative had such a distinct like personality twist to it, and like just either sarcasm or just like little details here or there, what I really liked. But if you really don't know the premise of this, it follows this family who in like 1991 their daughter was kidnapped and like has been missing, and they don't know really much about that, and that kind of tears the family apart. But when one of the sisters' millionaire husband has been killed, like it kind of rehashes everything and kind of goes off from there. But like I said, I was pleasantly surprised by this. I knew like going into it that a lot of people have really enjoyed it, so I didn't want to get my expectations too high, but I was actually, like I said, pleasantly surprised, and I definitely want to pick up more of her books in the future because this one was just so crazy with like the twists and turns. Like I was trying to figure out in my mind like what was gonna happen, and it was like the book would go totally a different direction. So like I said, this one was just really, really good. So that's it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Let me know in the comments below what some of the books you read this month were and all of that fun stuff. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.